What's up guys, my name is Alex and welcome to my Supergirl video. Today I'm going to be talking about Season 3, Episode 12. Now just before I get into this, I do want to mention that I did a live reaction to this episode, so that's going to go up on my Patreon if you guys want to go check that out. Link to my Patreon is in the description, but let's get into my thoughts of this episode. So, I was excited for this episode because it's a Lena-centric episode, you know? And it was a Lena-centric episode. I just feel like there is no developments happening, and I felt like this last season, like, each episode was just, like, an individual episode. It didn't sort of, like, have this great overarching arc, like, story arc. I don't know, it was a Lena-centric episode, but what we learned about Lena this episode is, like, shit that we already knew. Also, I find it really hard to believe their sort of Lena storyline. This episode was, like, fully dedicated to her being, like, to her realizing just how smart she is, right? I mean, we all know how smart Lena is. It's been mentioned many times. And this episode was trying to reinforce that as well. But I find, I can't believe that she is this incredibly smart person and yet still doesn't know Kara's Supergirl when, like, Kara was doing the most obvious fucking shit this episode. I just, like, it's not believable. Like, I can't just, like, ignore that. It's like, it's either one or the other. It's like, either Lena really isn't that great at picking up clues, or, like, she knows and she's just, like, playing it off. But I don't think it's either. I think they genuinely want us to think Lena has no idea, but she's still really smart. But let's get into the shit that I did enjoy from this episode. Of course, Supercorp. There is just so much potential there, and I just love them so much. Kara saving Lena, flying her off to the DEO in her arms. I can't. And then I couldn't when Lena was like, oh, I had the strangest dream. We were flying and you were carrying me, and I'm like, that's like, it's a legit thing that happened. We know that as, like, an audience member. But, like, from Lena's perspective, you'd be like, what does this mean? Should I be talking about this in front of my boyfriend? But then, like, Kara's reaction to that, I wish. Excuse me? I just love them. I love them. They're just perfect for each other. I'm not even gonna get into James and Lena because I've made my video on my thoughts on James and Lena. They have not changed. I still have all the frustrations and the doubts, and just as I did before. So if you guys want to go check that out, just look on my channel. You'll know which video it is. I am really sad though, like how they waste James as a character. Like, this season, they've really only utilized the Guardian to, like, be this bodyguard for Lena and to, like, show his macho, like, protectiveness of Lena. And I'm like, really? It's just so frustrating to watch James's character this season. His whole story is based on Lena. Like, he doesn't have his own story. It's just this story with Lena that they've got going, and it's so disappointing to see them wasting James. It just frustrates me like nothing else. But you guys have all heard this before. I've said this many times. They've just wasted James in season 2 and 3. I've said this before, and it continues to be true. Also, they're definitely, like, wasting Lena's potential as well. Like I said, we didn't really learn anything more from this episode of Lena. It was just more driving in the point that, like, Lena is smart. It's like, okay, but, like, can you actually show us that instead of just, like, continuously talking about it? Honestly, in the episode when, like, Lillian suited up, I was like, that's fucking badass. She looks awesome. I was rooting for her. Like, legit, I keep on rooting for the villains this season because they're just so much more interesting than any of the other, like, heroes or, like, characters in this show. And at one point, even though I really don't want Lena to be bad and for them to, like, go down that tired Luthor is evil storyline, I really don't want that. But on the flip side to that, I was kind of rooting for her to join her mum because, like, at least she would have an interesting storyline. Like, at least that would be really intriguing to watch. But I want to talk about Alex and Sam because I have some feels about them. So again, villain Rain, I am rooting for her. I love Rain and I love Sam, and I'm definitely like sort of like hoping for that redemption arc storyline for the second half of the season. Like, I do hope Sam does have that redemption storyline because I love her and she has been like the saving grace of this season. But this episode, look, I have said this since Alex and Sam had their first conversation together. I think it was, what, episode 1, where it was like on that pier with the statue. Since they met, I've like low-key shipped them. I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of shipped them. Now, of course, this doesn't like diminish my love for Sambers at all, but I do love Sam and Alex and their chemistry together this episode. Oh man, I'm fully jumping on board this ship. What's it called? Like Agent Rain? Again, like Supercorp, there's just so much potential there, and they just like got great chemistry. I love it, and I really like that like Sam is going to her friends and asking for help and being like something's wrong, instead of like her keeping that a secret like the whole season until they found out of Rain. Like, at least now, when they do eventually find out that Rain is Sam, they'll know that like Sam wasn't like, it's not Sam. Like, they'll know it's two different people, right? So I like that they're doing that with Sam/Rain. And Alex was just like super sweet and super soft with her this episode. There's just like so much there. And honestly, I don't know if they're gonna go down that route. I really, really do hope so, but I doubt it, to be honest. But there is definitely like some legitimate like potential between them. Some really great storylines between them, like possible storylines between them. I really, really love them this episode, and I'm really, really curious and excited to see if they do more with them throughout the season. I'm on board. I really am. There were so many scenes where like my two fave couples right now. We had Alex and Sam like on one couch together, and Cara and Lena on another couch together, and they just looked so beautiful together. And I was just like, this is what heaven looks like. I wanted more of them, like all of them together. It's just, yeah, I really loved them. I really do. What more can I say? So yeah, there were definitely parts in this episode that I enjoyed, but like I said, overall, I feel like the last few episodes haven't really developed the storyline that much. Obviously, the two episodes back, they sort of were developing new characters, right? And now this episode, it just, I don't know, they tried to develop Lena's character more, I guess, but like, they were just like telling us the same shit that we already knew. And I was like, what's the point of this? Yeah. So that's my thoughts. I'd like to know your thoughts of the episode in the comment section below. Also, like I said, if you guys want to check out my reaction, that should be going up on my Patreon very soon if it's not up yet, depending when this video goes up. But yeah, look out for that on my Patreon. If you like this video, hit that like button, and if you're new, subscribe. I will be doing a Black Lightning video tomorrow. But yeah, I'm very curious to see where they're taking this season of Supergirl. I just hope it's not another, like, season 2 where, like, they didn't actually really, like, bring in the big bad of the season until, like, the last 5 episodes or so. So, like, a good portion of season 2 was, like, irrelevant to the ending of it. And I just really hope they don't make that mistake again with season 3, because I don't know. I like having those big arching storylines throughout the season. But that's my thoughts. I will see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.